이제 새로 고침하거나 전원을 껐다 키면 모든 것이 다 해결된다. 자, 들어갑시다. 나 뭐 세팅 덜 된 거 없죠? 자, 그런가 봐요. 어제 하던 거에 이어서 범인을 드디어 밝혀보도록 합시다. 소리가 좀 큰가? 혹시 크거나 작으면 말해줘요. 네, 범인이 향토끼가 라는 얘기가 있던데 맞나요? 아닙니다. 살짝 커진 것 같아요?
It's a garden,
괜찮지?
I think. It's currently far away.
적정선인 것 같은데?
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
뭐야? 범죄
We know a little
현장.
more about the crime scene now. So,
적당분한.
what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
아니지. 그림 속 플로라의 이거는 아니다. 진짜 칠한 얼룩색 깃털은 그림 속 플로라는 칠한 얼룩색 깃털. 잠깐만요. 모종삽이 범인이게 이게 도구겠죠? 피 묻은 칼을 연상시킨다. 칠한 얼룩색 깃털은 장식된 모종삽을 연상시킨다? 이건가? 모종삽이 뭔가 숨기는데 이용이 됐다고? 헉, 삽으로 칼을 삽이 그게 아닌가? 그림에는 왜 피가 있었을까? 그림에 있는 피는 깃털 아니야? 뭐지? 삽으로 범행 도구를 숨긴 것 같다고? 모종된 장식삽이래. 장식된 모종삽은 무언가를 숨기는 데 사용됐다. 그것은 진짜 칼. 어때? 이것으로 프레야를 찔렀을 수도 있다.
The ornate trowel was used to hide a real knife, so it could stab Freya. Nope.
모종삽은 펜이 화분이 시들지 않게 하려고 한 거라고? 증거를 숨기기 위해서.
The ornate trowel was used to hide a real knife. To hide... That's not right.
아니네. 프리아는 그림에 피를 일부러 묻혔는지도 모른다고? 이거 그거네. 물감통의 피가 이거 아니에요? 이거? 이거다.
Blood from the paint pot. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
증거를 숨기기
Blood
위해서.
from the paint pot. That's not right either.
그러면 이게 맞나 봐. 뭐지? 이거랑 이거 위치?
The painted ink. That's not
아니야.
right either.
위치는 이게 맞나 봐. 뭔가 하나가 틀렸대. 이거? 아닌데? 이거다! 물감통의 피는 그림에 사용됐다. 끝이 빨간 얼룩색 깃털. 얼룩색 깃털은 피 묻은 칼을 연상시킨다?
Blood from the paint pot. was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
오.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed
아니
or
그래서
relieved.
근데 왜
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do
그니까.
know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
아니 삽 아니야?
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
아 뭐야?
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back
새가
still
날아왔나?
perfectly
새가
in
날아서
line with the painting.
부리로?
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
뭐지? 뭘까요?
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent. Wooden wind chimes.
아 이건 소리가 안 난대. 아 맞아. 그리고 어저께 여기 입구에 여기 소리 나는 거 있었죠. 이거.
이런 힐링 게임 너무 좋네요.
아유 프리헤드님 100비트 감사합니다. 아, 좋아하셔서 다행입니다. 초인종이랑 새소리를 모았습니다. 이게 각각의 모양이 있거든요. 잠시만 이거 보여드릴게요. 얘네가 소리를 맞춰서 하면 요렇게 돼요. 이 문양에 뭔가 있나봐. 한 개 남았다고? 왜? 왜 한 개 남았어? 세 개를? 총 세 개라 그랬어? 네, 지금 나오는 모양이 하프 석상 같다고? 이게 석상 그거라고? 이게 석상 그 힌트야? 소리 나는 게 또 뭐 있었죠, 우리? 피아노 소리. 예.
It's one of those big
Don't
vinyl.
might
잠깐만,
be
이거
haunted.
말고. 얘한테 악보 연주해달라고? 오케이, 선율 들려달라고?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
됐다! 됐어! 피아노! 야, 그리고 소리 하나 더 뭐 있지? 소리 나는 거 뭐 있었지? 니네 뭐 기억나는 거 있나? 나머지 소리 하나 나는 거? 네, 초인종, 피아노 세 저 문양이 하프 돌리는 거랑 문양이 같아요. 축음기? 여기? 테이프 소리일까? 왠지 테이프는 아닐 것 같은데. 그거 두 번째 테이프인가 설마? 이거 여기 흥얼거리는 소리 나오잖아. 젖은 테이프. 소름 돋았어. 초인종 콧노래 피아노 새소리인가? 나 소름 돋았어요. 와.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
오케이, 정원으로 갑시다. 드디어 맨 처음에 나왔던 맨 처음 퍼즐을 드디어 풀 수 있겠네요.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
이게 무슨 잉크로된 모양이 단서야.
I'm sure we can
뭐야?
solve this now.
잠깐만, 이거 보고 와야 되잖아. 뭐 그지 같은. 잠깐만, 어디서 봤더라? 어디서 봤지? 여기 있다. 초인종은 잠깐만, 님들한테도 모양을 보여드릴게요. 그게 아니고 이거 모양이랑 외워서 가야 되는 거 아니야? 이걸 맞춰야 되잖아. 그러니까 이 모양의 콧노래를 맞춰야 되는 거 아니야? 그 하프 옆에 있는데 이거 모양이 초인종인 거를 맞춰야 되잖아. 그래서 이 모양이 있으면 이 순서를 외워야 되는 거 아니야? 근데 이게 순서대로 있었나? 그걸 잘 모르겠어서 기다려봐. 완전 팔 이렇게 된 거, 힘나는 거 새소리를 들으면 호랑이 기운이 솟아나고, 피아노는 빠밤, 콧노래는 조금 덜 신나고, 초인종은 오케이, 외웠어요. 가보자.
Let's try this again.
초인종은 덜 신나고, 이게 뭐지? 이게 뭐야? 응? 뭐야? 문양이 하나밖에 없는데?
Nothing.
새소리를 들으면 힘이 솟아나고. 이게 뭐지? 네. 이거를 그냥 여기랑 맞추라고? 이렇게? 이렇게? 설마 이렇게 단순하다고? 이거라고?
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait. Do you hear that?
뭐야?
Are we gonna go in?
Yeah. But there's a couple of things I want to do
그냥 모양만
first.
맞추면 되는 거였네? 모든 단서 수집. 안 됐어. 찝찝하네. 단서가 뭐가 더 있나봐. 탱글타워의 모든 방을 확인해야 돼. 맞다. 여기 이거 하나 더 있다 그랬지? 다락방.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it. It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
웨어울프.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
뭐가 채워져 있다고? 박제인가?
Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
감개. 동으로 된 감개로 위에 나사가 있다. 감개 주위에 빨간 밧줄이 감겨져 있다. 도르래 같은 건가요, 이거? 뭔가 이걸 돌리면 이게 돌아가는 뭐 그런 건가?
Are we done?
For now, it's about time we found out what's beneath the garden.
끝났나 봐. 이거 하나였나 봐.
At least the moths are kept well fed. Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
이거 하나밖에 없었나 봐.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
자, 여기서 다 얻었으니까 저는 완벽하게 하는 걸 좋다 그랬잖아. 다 물어보러 가자. 새로 얻은 이 것들을 다 한 번씩 물어보도록 하겠습니다. 좀 깔끔한 게 좋아요.
Do you know what this is?
어차피 다 물어본 거.
Guess not.
이 방 위에 창문이 하나 있다고 했어. 맞아요. 그 포인터 씨가 봤었죠. 망원경으로 봤는데 아닌데? 나 도르래로 시체가 내려온 줄 알았어. 아, 그런가? 자, 일단은 여기 이 사람 다 끝났고요. 다음 펠릭스 씨였나?
I've never been one for
이
music.
사람 진짜 아는 거
Why
없어.
not ask
어머,
Poppy instead?
이 아저씨들은 진짜 아는 게 뭐야?
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
또 몰라.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot
헛소리만 해.
air balloon.
나
That's the
감자튀김.
most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
다 완료했습니다. 다음. 그나마 이 딸이 좀 도움이 된달까?
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie
아니야.
elsewhere.
너네 사이 질투해서 틀어진 것
Is
같은데
this
내가
yours,
봤을 때.
Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I
뽀삐가
would have
그래서
no
흑한
use
것
for such
같은데.
a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry.
Was that a joke?
나도 처음에 얘 보고 그 의문을 품었었죠. 자, 얘도 클리어. 다음 이렇게 돌아서 가자.
Is that a clue?
이 탐정도
Don't know. It was
뭐
important
있어
enough
보였는데
to be
아무것도
framed, though.
아니었어.
I framed my law degree. Doesn't make it a
얘도
clue.
헛소리해.
Same? Yeah?
도움도 안 되고.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
나한테
Looks like
물어보면
it attaches to
어떡해.
something
내가
else.
물어보려고
Why don't you go back and double
절세했는데.
check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
자, 이 사람도 끝났고요. 점점 클리어해져 간다. 촬영용 윈치 같다고. 뭔가 이렇게 뭔가 그 도르래 뭐 약간 이런 느낌 같죠?
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me three. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
플리츠가 범인이다. 플리츠가. 피츠였나? 피츠.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
얘는 알고 있는데? 근데 나는 포피는 범인이 아닐 것 같아. 포피를 사랑하는 피츠가 벌인 일 아닐까? 근데 왜 프레이야를 죽였지?
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
She mostly ignores me if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh, I mean, well, you don't need to.
Oh no, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower,
얘는 조금
but I
멍청해서
always regret it.
얘는
It's all
진짜
just a little
세대거리
too abstract for
느낌이라서
me.
얘는 범인은 아닐 것 같아.
Did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
오케이, 얘도 클리어하죠. 물어볼 거 다 물어봤고 다음 갑시다. 근데 이 사람도 좀 수상하기는 해. 나는 굳이 용의선상에 사람을 올린다 그러면 피츠랑 이 사람인데, 근데 이 사람은 왠지 아닐 것 같기도 하고. 굳이 이제 뽑는다면 이 사람? 이 사람이랑 피츠?
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know, but Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
그니까 뭔가 좀 그렇지. 막상 그 장면만 못 봤다는 게 좀 그런데 의심을 몇 번 하냐고. 피츠한테 70, 이 아저씨한테 포인터 씨한테 30. 자, 이제 다 물어봤죠? 이제 갑시다. 정원으로. 드디어 끝낼 때가 왔다.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
간다. 지하. 에? 설마 피피는 아니겠지?
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
피츠가 근데 실험한 게 아닐까?
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. What's in there?
뭐야?
It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles, all different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean.
어? 이거 황금벌레인가? 얘?
9 beetles.
Oh,
This
really?
is mostly numbers. 9 beetles. This is mostly numbers.
딱히 뭐 여기에 대한 얘기는 없나봐. 이게 끝인 것 같은데? 이게 황금벌레인 것 같죠? 그치? 이 사진은 황금벌레를 뭔가 나타내는 것 같은데 여기에는 황금벌레는 없는 것 같아.
Chemistry apparatus. A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates. Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection.
Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't
옆에
it?
뭐가 있냐면 뭐라 했죠? 저 뭐 금고가 있습니다. 금고를 눌렀더니 지금 이제 이걸 확인해 보자고
Weird
하네요.
looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
걸쇠가 올바르게 자리 잡을 때까지 대각선으로 밀어보래요. 대각선으로? 아, 이렇게? 뭐 이렇게인가? 뭐 이런 식으로 하는 거겠죠? 아, 뭐야? 쉣. 이러면 안 될 것 같은데? 어디서부터 어디로 출발하는 거야? 열쇠가 이렇게 가야 되는 거 아니야? 근데 여기가 이렇게 막히면 안 되는 거 아닌가? 근데 여기가 끊기면 안 되는 거 아니야? 이렇게 길이 끊겨도 되는 거야? 뭐야 이거? 안 될 것 같지 않아요? 이런 식으로 길이 이어져야 될 것 같은데? 어떻게 해야 이어지지? 오늘 능지가 형 아닌가 봐? 왜? 이거? 오케이. 아니야, 이건 아닌 것 같아. 근데 이렇게밖에 안 되는데? 이게 여기가 아닌가? 라고 하긴 이것뿐인데? 이렇게인가 보다. 라고 할 뻔. 이건가? 애초에 이게 안 맞는데? 잠깐만. 잠깐만. 나 이게. 됐다. 저에게 시간을 좀 주십시오. 애매하게 안 맞는 게 뭐지? 일자밖에 없는데? 이렇게인가? 그럼 여긴 어떡해? 좋아. 거의 다 풀었어. 된 거 아니야?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
향따! 나야. 어제 나라고.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
비밀 연구물. 연구 노트 및 도표가 든 폴더. 1. 우리 고유의 동식물은 아직 알려지지 않은 수많은 화학물질의 부산물이다. 2. 이 화학물질은 물속에 끊임없이 존재하며 구름을 형성하고 호수를 채운다. 이것은 식물과 동물의 다양한 돌연변이를 일으킨다. 3. 거미류, 곤충, 연체동물, 양서류 및 갑각류와 같은 작은 생물이 가장 큰 영향을 받는다. 그러나 화학물질은 먹이 사슬을 따라 올라가서 새와 파충류에게도 돌연변이를 일으킬 수 있다. 우리가 아는 한 포유류는 완전히 영향권 외이다. 그죠? 근데 이거 자꾸 돌연변이 나오는 거 보면 스타든 감사합니다. 뭔가 내가 봤을 때는 뭔가 돌연변이가 된 게 아닐까?
Whose research is this?
키츠 아닐까?
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
뭐야, 아무것도 없는데? 하씨 잠깐만.
Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the chalkboard.
Yeah. Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh. This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
스크린샷. 자, 다시 그림판을 꺼내고요. 어제 그 단서들을 조금 꺼내와서 같이 봅시다. 어디 보자. 자, 이게 여기 나와 있는 전체 모양이고요. 그 다음에 이제 탱글 타워의 증거 1. 요거. 아니, 딱 맞춰서는 안 되는 거야? 됐다. 불편해질 뻔. 증거 1 그리고 증거 3. 증거 3은 필요 없어 보이는데? 증거 2. 됐다. 요거랑 저거랑 보면 될 것 같아. 잠깐만. 님들 좀 잘 보이게 확대를 해줘야겠다. 여기만 보면 되겠죠? 잠깐만. 왼쪽에는 쓸데없는 것 같고 요거랑 그리고 이게 뭐셔? 이거랑 같다. 잠깐만. 얘랑 같은데? 똑같이 생겼어. 완전 똑같이 생겼어. 그죠? 얘는 얘고 얘는 얘다. 그러면 이 가운데 거만 필요하구나. 오케이 알겠어. 그러면 여기만 어떻게 잘라내지? 아이씨, 나 포토샵만 써봐가지고 그림판은 잠깐만요. 잘라내기, 붙여넣기. 오케이, 좋았다. 요렇게만 필요하겠지? 데스. 이랬는데 이거 다 안 쓰는 거 아니야? 사실 이런 거 막 다 쓸모 없는 거 아니야? 네, 증거 3에도 숫자가 있지 않았냐고? 잠깐만요. 증거 3? 여기요? 아니. 증거 3의 숫자는 쓸모 없는 것 같은데? 이것만 필요한 것 같은데? 이거 근데 겹치는 게 뭐가 있나? 없어 보인다. 에이, 설마 중요한 거겠어?
Is that a
No,
period?
they're mostly based on.
Huh. It's so
도전
dark.
과제를 달성한 화학? 연금술?
I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
왠지 중요하지 않은 것 같아.
And drawn entomology charts.
자, 이제 어딜 가면 되죠? 나 이제 뭐 하면 되지? 세 개를 한 번에 보면은 가운데 거가 유추가 되긴 한다고요? 아! 195 196 201 200 야, 이거랑 똑같은데요? 206 209 이건 뭐지? 이 문양은 뭐지? 전 유추가 안 되는데요? 이게 뭔지 모르겠어. 잠깐만, 일단은 요거 보고 합시다. 여기가 이게 A, 얘가 B, B에서 G로. 요거 조금 여기다가 해놓으면은 이제 얘를 안 봐도 될 것 같은데? 그죠? 그리고 얘는 D, D랑 G랑 연결되어 있고 G랑 209 여기 있다. H, A는 뭐랑 연결이 되어 있고, 그 다음에 얘가 C 연결되어 있고, 여기가 F, 이게 200이랑 E가 연결되어 있네요. 이게 뭘까? 됐지? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 빅스비가 자꾸 깜빡깜빡거려. 그러면 얘는 이제 필요 없다. 증거 1은 끄고, 자, 이제 얘랑 봅시다. 이게 뭐지? 1, 2, 3, 4 잠깐만. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다여, 일곱. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다여, 일곱, 여덟. 8개인데 이거는? 뭐지? 숫자로 이어진다고? 그러니까 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 에? 잠깐만 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 맞죠? 순서라고? 안녕 6이랑 7이 다르게 이어져 있다고? 이거요? 얘랑 관련이 있나? 뭔가 아시겠습니까? 난 잘 모르겠어. 문양이 같은 것도 없는데? 난 모르겠지. 난 관련 있는 거 잘 모르겠어. 그럼 일단은 넘겨볼까요? 여기까지만 하고? 그럼 나 이제 뭐 해야 돼? 잠시만. 자, 얘가 물음표를 하고 있어. 비밀
This is
실험실.
some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section
이게
missing.
4번이 없죠. 아, 황금 딱정벌레 이거. 포인터신가? 이거
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's
포인터인가?
trying to do exactly?
그가 이루려고 하는 거 포인터는 무언가를 번식시키려고 했다. 황금 딱정벌레를. 이며 장소는 플로라의 탑이었다. 온실인가? 아니야, 플로라의 탑을 보고 있었잖아. 탑 위에를 보려고 했었나?
Pointer has been almost.
탑이 아니라 장소가 잘못됐나봐. 온실인가? 아, 옥상 정원!
Pointer has been
는
almost.
아니었고요. 지하 실험실?
Pointer
Ah.
has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If
돈이
he can breed his own
없어서
gold, suddenly Poppy's
이걸로 돈을
inheritance is
충당하고
looking
싶었나
pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture.
나도.
There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
다 됐다고?
Ready to go down again?
어딜 또 내려가? 가장 아래층. 아, 2층에 하나가 더 있네?
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty. It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Old cardboard.
exciting.
They're also empty. A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
뭐야, 어린이 책. 하늘과 바다의 미스티드. 어린이용 그림책. 매우 오래된 것 같다. 얼룩새, 빨갛고 하얀 깃털의 우아한 새, 은뱀, 눈이 없고 대신 긴 혀를 가진 수생 파충류, 영혼 전달자, 각 크기가 다른 집게발을 가진 개, 양서구리, 양서구리? 두 발로 걷는 개구리같이 생긴 생물체. 그래서?
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
펼쳐보자. 이 위아래를 더 중축을 한 거구나. 이게 위쪽으로 더 중축이 됐나봐. 그치? 그렇네요.
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already?
연구실! 이 사이에 연구실 있다. 동시에 봤네.
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms? Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
아하.
This seems pretty significant.
놀래라.
Agreed.
건축 계획도 미스티드 저택, 북쪽 횡단면 구역. 계획도가 그려진 양피지가 말려있다. 대저택의 건축 계획도이다. 수평선은 과거 호수의 수위이며 요거 얘기하는 거죠. 두 번째 표시는 현재 수위이다. 이게 과거고 이게 현재라는 건가? 이게 과거고 현재인가? 뭐가 과거고 뭐가 현재인 거지? 이게 이렇게 올라갔으니까 여기까지 올라갔다는 소리인 것 같죠? 저택은 기둥이 지탱하는 호수 위 큰 구조물에 지어졌다. 프레야의 방은 창고라고 적혀있다. 중심부에 연구실이라고 적혀있는 방이 있다. 그래요, 여기 뭔가 이상한 게
We're too
있어.
late. This photograph has been stabbed.
보여드릴게요. 어떻게 생겼냐면 이렇게 생겼습니다. 화살일까요?
Why? By what?
이게 뭐지?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
금속 막대. 매끄러우면서도 견고한 금속 막대. 누군가 이것으로 사진을 찔렀다. 막대 끝은 마치 화살이나 시계바늘처럼 뾰족하고 구부러졌다. 뒤쪽에는 짧은 길이의 빨간 밧줄이 연결된 작은 고리가 달려있다. 금속은 완벽하게 깨끗하고 광택이 난다. 야, 이거 누가 쐈나 보다. 포인터씨인가봐, 범인은. 님들, 저 약간 스포 같은 거 하나 해도 됩니까? 제가 한번 찍어서 딱인데 뭐냐면 포인터씨가 새거나 벌레를 잡으려고 이걸 쏜 거야. 새를 잡으려고 했을까? 새를 잡으려고 얘를 쐈는데 그게 약간 잘못 빗나가가지고 프레이야의 심장을 관통한 거지. 빗나가서.
So what's the photo?
아님 말고요. 손상된 사진. 액자에 있지만 약간 젖어있다. 사진 속에는 한 소녀가 있다. 그 옆에는 큰 남자가 앉아있다. 그 주위로 빨갛고 하얀 새 몇 마리가 있다. 금속 물체가 사진을 찌른 상태이다. 남자의 가슴 근처에 구멍이 나 있다. 포인터씨가 이 새끼가 초범이 아니었던 거야. 플린트 삼촌도 죽인 거 아닐까? 첫 번째가 아니었던... 그러면 실수가 아니라 노렸나 보다. 잠깐만, 그러면? 왜지? 저 아저씨가 플린트인 거 어떻게 하냐고? 그동안 못 봤던 얼굴이니까요. 가계도를 거의 다 봤는데 못 봤던 얼굴이니까 혹시 아닐까? 근데 저 여자는 플로라가 맞는 것 같아. 그럼 아버지인가? 잠깐만, 플로라가 여기 있거든요. 아버지면은 얘가 레밍턴일 수도 있겠다. 조각상 중에 수염난 분도 있었어요. 레밍턴 아닐까? 플로라의 아버지면? 근데 아빠일 수도 있겠다. 남편은 아니고 레밍턴인 것 같은데? 그치? 아버지니까. 그치?
Do you know who it is in the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
사진 속 남자를 묘사한 거 여기 있다. 요거.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is.
레밍턴경.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird too.
근데
Never
새가
would've guessed.
많았네. 한
Times
마리가
sure do
아니었네.
change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
그래서? 다시 연주실. 이거 얘네한테 다시 물어볼 수 있나? 뭐야? 사람들 다 어디 갔어? 아, 여기 연구실?
Let's not wander off right now.
왜? 그럼 뭐해? 응? 나 왜 위로 못 올라가?
Let's not wander off.
여기랑 여기만 돌아다닐 수 있는데 뭘 더 봐야 되나? 잠깐만. 뭘 더 안 본 게 있나 봐.
This room looks old. Like, old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern. Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
어?
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker
와,
at the
그러네.
bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
뭐야? 이 밑에서 볼일은 다 본 거 같아.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
오케이, 갑시다. 이제 올라갈 수 있나 봐요. 그랜드 홀. 아, 여기로.
It's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
이거 여긴가?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black. But I think there's a switch.
눌러봐야지. 오! 역시나.
A ladder.
Wanna go up?
가자. 숨겨진 심장부. 이것만 소리가 왜 이렇게 큰 거야? 도전 과제를 달성한 비밀.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
얘는 여기 옆에 하나 더 있어. 집게가.
You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
생물체의 팔다리를 회전할 수 있고 집게발은 열거나 닫을 수 있어. 에? 뭐랑 닮았지? 팔다리를 회전할 수... 이거 소리가 근데 너무 좀... 아우, 이거 좀 그렇다. 잠깐만.
This crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
최근에 본 것 같다고? 이거. 이거. 이거 봤다. 그러면
Is that a
It's got
also
I-
crabs? Is
It's
that
got
also
그러면 약간 이렇게 해서 이렇게 돼 있었나? 아이 참 이렇게 해서 이렇게 돼 있었나? 닫혀 있었나? 이렇게 아니 이렇게 양쪽 팔이 다 열려 있었다고?
I guess
I
that's
don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
밑에 다리는 안 돼. 밑에 다리는 안 되는데? 위에만 되는데? 회전이 되는 건 이렇게랑 이렇게밖에 안 돼. 닫혀 있었던 거 아닌가?
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere before. Recently, too.
이 약간 이렇게 돼 있지 않았나? 그리고 아래로 돼 있었다. 이 각도가 그럼 얘가 올라가고 이렇게 돼 있었나 보다. 아이 각도가 마음에 안 들어. 아닌데?
Nope.
Wasn't this
The children's book.
어?
this crab really?
That little
Yeah,
one.
but I think I've seen it more recently.
이게 아니었다고? 어린이 책에 있다는데? 아니 어쩐지 아니 이 모양이 안 나오더라. 아니 어쩐지 이 각도가 안 나오더라고. 아하 이제 알았다. 좋았어요. 이제는
Is that a
It's got a
also
이제는 할 수 있다. 근데 나 까먹었어. 뒤돌아서자마자 까먹었다. 약간 이런 식으로 이렇게 생겼던 것 같은데? 여기 어떻게 생겼지?
I guess
I don't
that's
think we
what do you
need. We
mean?
have all the information we need in our case.
약간 이렇게였나? 열려 있었나? 야 여기 어떻게 생겼냐? 나 까먹었어요. 기억나시는 분? 이건가? 이건가? 아닌데? 어떻게 생겼어? 이거였나?
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere.
뭔가 이렇게 생기지 않았나? 아니 이게 팔이 여기인 것 같아. 이렇게 해서 그죠? 약간 이렇게 생겼지?
Nope.
Wasn't this
The
crab?
children's book.
이거? 이게 열려 있었나? 밑에를 보고 있었다고? 여기서 더 아래는 안 가는데? 위인가? 이 각도는 아닌데? 이렇게 겹쳐있진 않았잖아, 그치?
Nope.
Wasn't this
왜?
this crab really?
That little
Yeah,
one.
but I think I've seen it more recently.
아씨 잠깐 위로 되어 있구나.
Is that a
It's got a
also
잠깐만 잡아서 위로 올리고 그럼 이렇게인가? 아닌데? 아니 팔 각도가 몰라. 되는 대로 해. 이거다.
perfect?
말도 안 돼. 이거 겹쳐 있잖아. 아휴, 뚜비 오랜만이에요. 거짓말. 다르잖아. 다르게 생겼잖아. 여긴 겹치지 않았잖아.
What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find.
이걸로 쐈구나. 야, 여기다가 범인이 호크샷 아니면 피피? 근데 피피는 워낙에 쟤를 좋아해서 아닐 것 같고 호크샷인가? 호크쇼크가 이거 망원경 빌렸다 그랬잖아. 근데 여기에 보면은 망원경 여기에 꽂을 것 같이 생겼잖아요. 그리고 여기에다가는 그 도르랜가? 그거 있을 것 같고. 걔가 쏜 거 아니야?
is it?
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it.
포인터
Where
씨가
are the other parts?
호크쇼크를 사실 호크쇼크는 탐정이 아니었어. 암살자였던 거야. 얼굴에 상처가 있을 때부터 알아봤는데 사실은 그치? 얼굴 상처가 있었잖아. 탐정치고는 너무 큰 상처가 있었다고.
We found them already.
그래, 아는 것도 하나도 없었어. 그러고 보면. 야, 이거는 작은 렌즈죠. 그리고 여기에는 감개가. 그리고 여기에는 오, 화살이. 됐어.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
얘는 포피인 거 알겠다. 포피에 이 사람은 그 사람 아니야? 페니? 그리고 이 사람은 펠릭스인가? 그 아저씨고 나머지는 잘 모르겠는데. 자, 단체 사진. 단단한 나무 액자 속 사진. 먼지투성이며 오래된 것 같다. 액자 밑에 노쇠판에 적힌 것들. 미스티드 저택의 대표자들. 사진 속에는 2명의 여성과 3명의 남성이 다양한 스타일의 옷을 입고 있다. 5명 얼굴에 모두의 얼굴이 까맣게 잉크칠 되어 있다. 이게 뻑뻑뻑뻑 해서 못 지우나?
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top
맞아.
right was
나랑 똑같이
Felix,
생각했다.
but now that I look at it,
에?
I don't think it is him.
왜? 망토 똑같이 입고 있었는데?
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out
왜
with some kind
아니라는
of
거지?
black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
다음 것도 볼게요.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
아! 여기 그거 붙어있다. 그 빨간색 그거 이거 메모판 중앙에 큰 종이가 붙여져 있다. 중앙에 빈 곳에서 3개의 선이 그려져 나와 있다. 아래에는 망토를 입은 실루엣으로 보이는 작은 그림이 있다. 야, 이거 호크쇼크잖아. 호크쇼. 그치? 아니, 이름. 그래, 여기 찢어진 것도 뭐가 있다. 뭐 어떻게 돼가는 거지?
Nice chair.
호크쇼크 같아요.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
호크쇼크가 2인조 인간이라고? 아, 잠깐만. 나 웃겨서 콧물 나옴. 뭐라는 거야? 노트. 여러 페이지가 찢어졌지만 몇 페이지는 남아있다. 5번째 대표자를 찾았다. 드디어. 그다지 기대는 하지 않았지만 역시 실망하고 말았다. 나머지와 다를 바가 없어. 내 미스티드 친구를 실험을 위해 음악실로 데려갔다. 성공적이었다. 어쩌면 너무도. 실험실조차 실망을 안겨줬다. 무엇 때문에 그 노력을 들인 거지? 그는 내가 생각한 것보다 훨씬 근시안이었다. 지하에 갔다. 전망이 좋다. 대부분 사라진 상태지만 내가 원하는 것은 얻었다. 그녀가 들어왔었다. 조심해서 아무것도 움직인 것은 없다. 하지만 난 알지. 때가 왔다. 뭔 소리야? 잠깐만. 포피. 프라임 로즈. 이 사람이 프라임 로즈인가? 프라임 로즈에? 이 사람이 펄시벌인가? 아, 프림 로즈라고요? 지금 그게 중요해? 지금 그게 중요하냐고. 아, 아닌 것 같아. 넘어갑시다.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one,
The third one?
여기에 석궁이 있었겠지.
the one that isn't there.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
불에 탄 물건들. 그냥 먼지와 잿더미이다. 잿더미 속에 검은 버튼이 몇 개 있다. 빨간색의 천 조각이 아직 보인다. 헐? 뭘까?
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it.
내가
This
생각한
room is
방향이랑
in the original building
너무
plan for
다른
the mansion.
방향으로 가고
But
있는데.
nowadays, it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table
포크쇼
makes
노트
me
아닐까?
think it's someone who
아니다.
has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it.
프레아가 호크쇼
I'm betting
그랬다고
it'd
그러지
make more
않았나?
sense if we
네,
could
저
see it all
주인공
together.
앞에 곰탱이.
That might not be impossible, you know.
일단 요거에다가 이거 그리고 여기에다가 요거죠. 아니 왜 수수께끼를 풀수록 더 미궁으로 가는 거지?
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
곰탱이 못 눌렀어. 살인.
Time to solve this.
나 모르겠는데? 잠깐만. 곰탱이가 있어. 아, 얘.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3.
얘도 신경 쓰인다고.
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
뭐? 저 뱀이 뭔데?
If that's a bird skull,
뱀? 아, 전설의 뭐 어쩌고 저쩌고?
we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
아, 이게 거기에 나왔던 것들이네. 어린이 책에 보면은 이거 그지? 야, 이게 아까 영혼 전달자였고 이게 은뱀이었고 그다음에 이거 있었고 양서구리도 있고. 뭐지 대체?
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
자, 잠깐만. 저를 좀 내려드리겠습니다. 위에서 쏘았겠지?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything.
아닌가
Let's
본데?
add in the rest of the
맞나?
crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait.
설마
The arrow
포피인가?
was
아유,
fired through the crack in
뭐야?
the floorboards?
Yeah, it's
포피가 여기
directly
있는 거
above where
알았는데.
Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the
그래,
painting.
맞아.
Ah, right.
Unless...
프레야는 이미 누워있는 상태였어.
Freya was already lying on her back before
왜?
the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
그녀는 이미 살해당한 후였어.
She'd already been killed.
You think so?
Maybe not.
아니
Freya
말고.
was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
자고 있었나? 의식이 없는 상태였어.
Fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
피 알러지 같은 게 있었나?
Paint fumes.
I'm not sure about
아니라고요?
that.
Me neither.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
왜?
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do
왜?
that.
아, 죽은 게 맞았구나. 왜? 죽은 게 안에 뭔가 있었어.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
황금 딱정 몰래?
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No.
아,
I
근데
don't
그
think so.
축원기에
Not by
들어가
itself.
있어서 소리가
But don't
증폭됐나?
forget, it was being amplified by the
Oh.
shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely
맞다.
talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone.
이거 뭐
That broken
어디로
glass isn't
어디로
there an
흘러가고 있는
accident.
거야?
This is someone's
이야기가.
science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too.
호피인가?
I guess they were both in range of the noise. Although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
강력한 주파수의 영향이 받았던 것은 죽은 게 아닐까? 그래서 깨진 거 아니야? 아, 아니다. 프레이야의 물감? 물감통? 그지? 축원기랑 프레이야 물감통.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paint,
이
the
정도로
cassette
큰
tape, and the gramophone
소리였다고?
itself, they all sustained similar damage while
아,
they were
얘들
in
누워
that
있었다
room.
그랬잖아.
That's some seriously
프레야도.
powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it.
집 맞나
We can't have
보다.
been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
헤드셋. 나 소름 돋았어.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I
그럼
think they'd be
피츠가
enough
맞나
to block out
보다.
the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that
맞아.
particular
이건
moment?
어떻게 한 거야?
Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
이건 왜 놓고
8.
간 거지?
The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
근데 타이밍상
That's it.
플리츠랑은 안 되는데? 뭐야, 피츠가 근데 타이밍상 포피랑 둘이 같이 범인인 거 아니에요? 공동 범인? 왜냐면 포피가 질투가 난다고 프레이야에 대해서 말을 한 건가? 둘이 공동 범인인 거
There's
아니야?
something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
왜? 뭘 봐야 되는 거야?
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
붓과 팔레트. 팔레트에는 여러 물감이 올려져 있다. 가장 큰 부분의 중앙은 검정색이다. 물감 붓에는 빨간 물감이 묻은 채 말라있다. 뭐지? 이건 아닌가 본데.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
왜?
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected
나
us to
한 거 안
get down to that
눌렀는데?
room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
뭐야? 그러네? 이거구나?
So
죄송합니다.
what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
그 소각로. 여기.
We were a little too late.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it
머리
stolen from
아프네.
up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
왜 가져간 거야?
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
뭐지? 나 감을 못 잡겠네.
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, It's an image of the crime scene recorded just
그지? 나도
before the
모르겠어.
murder. If only she'd finished it. Then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
프레이야는 자기가 그릴 그림의 계획을 어떻게 보여줬을까? 내가 어떻게 알아? 몰라. 뭔데? 아! 붓과 팔레트! 물감 짜놓은 거!
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
이거는 피는 살인자가 더한 거다. 왜냐면 아니 뭐야? 아니 뭔 말이지? 네, 칼같이 생긴 깃털이야. 아, 뭐야?
The blood was added by the... Nope.
이씨. 네. 아 맞아요. 이 노란색을 짜놓고 안 쓰기는 했어. 빨간색 물감이 내가 잃어버린 것이어서?
The blood. That's
아씨
not
아니네.
right.
우측 하단 모서리에 여기에 뭔가를 그리려고 했대. 노란색 물감? 노란색 물감으로 그림을 그리려는데 쓰려고 했다. 그 그림은 창문에 앉아있던 무언가였다.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something.
어떻게 돼가고 있는 거야? 새인가? 그 페니의 새인가?
There she is, our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did.
뭐야
But
언제
she's a
왔어?
very good listener.
네? 왜?
Well, now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
에?
Penny, why did you...
It's
팬이라고?
Penelope, if you don't mind.
뭐
But
어떻게 된 거야?
before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
에? 손을 묶어야 돼 말아야 돼? 어떻게 할까? 왜 손을 묶으라고 하는 거지? 그지? 안 묶으면 배드엔딩 되는 거 아니야? 묶다가 당하나? 아니 둘 다 죽는 거 아니야? 아니 너무 둘 다 죽을 수 있잖아. 그녀의 손을 묶으러 다가갔다가 찔려 죽음. 묶지 않고 뒀는데 풀어놨다가 죽음. 뭐냐고. 어떡해. 2대1인데 지겠냐고. 묶어! 뭘로 묶어? 그녀의 손을 묶을 만큼 튼튼한 것. 감길에 있는 빨간 갑질?
Lovely. Now,
뭐야?
tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
저요. 전 진실만을 추구합니다.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right?
뭐
Interesting.
누굴 도와주고
Why did
관심
you do
없고
it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
궁금해.
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free.
얘 왜 죽였냐고.
Everything I could
얘가
be.
죽인 거야? 범인이니?
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
아, 나 진짜 쟤 아닐
Weird,
거라
isn't it?
생각했는데.
Considering we've met her,
나 너무
what is it,
충격적이야.
3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
그녀는 외로운 사람입니다.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very
뭐야? 어떻게 돼가고
important at
있는
all.
거야?
She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled,
맞아.
didn't you?
I did.
여행 갔다
Many
계속
times I
돌아온다며?
walked away. It did not help me.
뭔
You
소리지?
saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
뭐라는 거야?
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19.
모르겠어. 일단 쭉 들어보고 있긴 한데 뭔
Found
말인지?
what?
연구실을 찾은 건가?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to her bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel, wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
뭐지?
What? As I expected. After all, their connection to the Freya case is minimal, at least at the surface.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait,
말 좀 쉽게 해줘.
mistids? Like cryptids? Like Bigfoot or whatever?
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
뭐지? 단체 사진인가?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past.
무슨 일 하고
When I
싶은
looked
거야?
inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts. The creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5, completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
뭐지?
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest.
포인터 삼촌.
My dear Uncle
교수님.
Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
포인터 교수가 찾은 거는 황금 딱정벌레.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece.
알았다. 그 삼촌 방에 보면 삼촌 방에 그 빈 뭔가 그 유리병 같은 게 있었거든요. 근데 지금은 막 안에가 비어 있다 막 이러는데 거기에 딱정벌레가 원래 있었나 봐. 근데 그거를 얘가 훔쳐갔나 봐.
He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume,
범인이 얘는 거야?
and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Ah, well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
아 하고
The
싶은 얘기가
ambassadors took everything when they
뭐냐고.
left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
프레야 펠로우의 유언. 일단 계속 들어봅시다. 뭔
Simply
말하는지.
put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
그치. 아까 전에 찾은 단서에서.
That almost makes sense, but it's not right.
아 이게 아니라고? 여기에서 이건가?
That's not right.
뭐지? 복장을 디자인할 때 쓴 거? 아 이건가?
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower was that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors.
무슨 일이 일어났는데?
Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
얘가 다 죽인 거야?
Freya had
찾아가서?
made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the
뭘
beetle at
모르지?
all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora.
뭐라고요? 황금벌레 만드는 거를 프레이야가 아니까 죽였다는 것 같다고?
She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
이게 무슨 소리지?
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Ah, well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the
뭐야,
murder.
피츠가
I guess it
아니었어.
must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
뭐?
Fitz did not want to believe us because he liked Penny a lot.
좋아하고 있었다고?
But what happened? Fitz,
잠깐만.
what did she do when she saw you?
아니 이게 어떻게 된 거야? 피츠가 페니를 좋아하고 있었다고요? 진짜 쟤랑 포피랑 좋아하는 사이가 아니었다고?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she
모자라면.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
진짜 새였어?
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother
페니가
it
범인이
again.
맞나 봐.
I think that's what she would have wanted.
뭐지? 그니까 뭔가 좀 그죠? 허허? 허허허? 호호호호? 잠깐만. 저택에 엄청난 비밀이 있었는데 그게 세상에 풀리면 새 가문이 위험해지는데 그걸 하필 프레이가 알았고 프레이야는 밖을 나가고 싶어 해서 그걸 아는 페니가 위험하기 전에 프레이야를 죽였다고? 아니 그 비밀이 뭔데? 나한테 알려줘도 되는 거 아니야? 뭐야? 이건 그냥 아트 갤러리인데? 뭐야! 아니 뭔가 끝은 내줘야지. 열린 결말 뭐 이런 거예요? 가문의 비밀이 뭐고 뭐 아니 뭔 대단한 게 있을 것처럼 해놓고서는 범인도 어이가 없어. 뭐 어떻게 된 거야? 네, 그림판 단서 진짜 안 쓰고 아씨 이건 또 뭐냐고. 이거 뭔데? 만들다 말았나? 게임은 만들려고 해서 대단한 엔딩을 생각을 했는데 자본이 부족해서 빨리 엔딩을 낼 수밖에 없었던 건가? 뭔가 더 있었던 건가? 아니 잠시만. 아니 너무 이해가 안 되는데? 일단 꺼보고 스팀 평가를 들어가 보자. 잠깐만. 리뷰를 한번 볼까요? 아니 너무 충격적이다. 아니 압도적으로 긍정적인데 어째서? 재능의 굴레에 갇힌 천재 가문의 비밀. 탐정 그리모와 조수 셀리를 통해 탱글타워에서 벌어진 살인사건을 조사하고 범인을 밝혀내야 하는 추리 어드벤처로서 탱글타워 곳곳을 돌아다니면서 단서를 해준다. 탱글타워가 지닌 비밀을 서서히 밝혀나간다. 비밀이 안 풀렸는데요? 확보한 단서의 활용처가 밝혀지고 비밀이 서서히 드러나면서 이야기의 양상이 크게 뒤집힌다고? 비밀이 드러났다고요? 마지막에는 꽤 커다란 반전을 보여주며 적잖은 충격을 선사한다. 난 이게 엔딩이라는 게 가장 큰 충격이야. 결말이 조금 찝찝하긴 하지만 전체적인 이야기의 완급 조절이 뛰어나며 각종 설정과 스토리 수준도 결코 뒤떨어지지 않는다고? 딱 한 가지 심각한 결점이 있는데 추리하는 순간에 앞 상황을 다시 감상할 방법이 전혀 없다는 거다. 아니 이거 말고. 네, 저 네이버 블로그에 뭐가 나와 있다고? 엔딩이 여러 개냐고? 아, 여봐. 초중반까지 흡입력 있는 스토리로 몰고 가다가 후반부에서 급전개되더니 허무하네요. 2탄이 예관. 나랑 생각이 똑같아. 예산에 쫓겼었나? 떡밥 해수나 후반부에 이해되지 않는 부분이 몇몇 군데 있고 중간중간 약간 억지로 맞추는 감이 없잖아 있었지만 나름 생각하면서 추리하는 게임 오랜만이라 재밌게 즐겨서 추천한대. 결말만 아쉽다. 어려움 없는 난이도의 탐적인 척하는 게임. 후반 가면서 좀 안드로메다로 가는 감이 없지 않아 있지만 충분히 추천할 만한 작품이라고. 아니 엔딩이 이해가 안 가는데 왜 추천을 하냐고. 아니 뭐야 다들 풀리지 않는 궁금증의 실들은 여전히 얽힌 채 남아있어 끝맛이 개운하지 않았다. 이런 빗줄을 하라고. 그래. 아 여기 진실한 자가 있다. 초반까지 정말 좋았다는 거. 그래. 하지만 엔딩은 진짜 아니야. 이건 진짜 너무하게 아니야. 범인은 자기 이야기를 설명충 마냥 말만 하다가 엔딩 나. 회산진? 그딴 거 없음. 결국 사건을 해결해냈냐? 그것도 모르겠음. 그래서 결과가 뭔데? 하니까 게임 타이틀 화면으로 돌아가는 끝을 맛봤음. 이 평가가 유용한가요? 네. 아 뭐야. 진실된 자는 저 사람밖에 없나? 아 이거 봐. 엔딩 때문에 추천하기가 애매함. 아, 이 사람도 진실한 사람인데 이 평가가 유용함? 예. 솔직히 별로다. 하지만 나. 이 새끼가. 진짜 나만 당할 수 없다, 야? 뭐야. 하지만 마지막에는 힘이 너무 빠졌다. 다들 똑같은 생각을 하네. 엔딩이 좀 아쉽지만 그래도 꽤나 잘 만들었다. 에? 내가 해본 추리게임 중에 최고라고요? 최고로 끝이 찝찝했다. 뭐 이런 뜻인가? 야, 아니 이건 또 뭐야? 아, 왜 평가가 안 보여? 여기 장점, 그래픽, 성우, 연기. 단점, 게임이 재미없음. 그러면 추천하지 마. (4시간이라는) 짧은 플레이 타임이 문제가 되는데 플레이 시작 후 2시간 전까지 복선을 암시하며 분위기를 잡는데 상당히 흥미로웠다. 이후 1시간 동안 본격적인 복선 회수가 시작되고 게임이 끝났다. 나는 몇 시간 한 거야? 아니 난 8시간 했는데? 어떻게 4시간 만에 엔딩을 본 거지? 나 모든 도전 그 와중에 모든 도전 과제를 달성했대. 아, 나 모르겠어. 모르겠어. 일단 잠깐만. 일단 좀 평가를 해봅시다. 자, 기다려봐. 너무 당황스러운데? 이게 무슨 일이지? 일단 탱글 타워 저거는 쓰레기통으로 보내고요. 아니 뭔가 예산이 부족했던 것 같은 그런 엔딩인데요? 아니 근데 난 중간까지는 되게 재밌었어. 예, 뭔가 제가 추리하고 퍼즐하는 거를 되게 좋아해가지고 얘가 범인인가? 제가 범인인가? 막 이렇게 막 했었는데 아니 마지막을 왜 이렇게 끝냈을까? 아니, 뭔가 추리 게임이라던가 이런 거는 마지막에 빠밤 하는 사실 얘가 범인이었다고? 이런 이유였다고? 뭔가 이런 게 딱 그 명확하게 나와야 되잖아요. 근데 뭔가 갑자기 얘였다고? 막 이렇게 제3의 뭔가 인물이 막 나타나면서 뭐 스토리가 좀 뭔가 이상해요. 그치? 스토리가 난 이상한 것 같아. 뭐 초중반까지 풀어가는 과정은 괜찮았는데 엔딩이 진짜 말도 안 된다. 사실은 호크쇼크가 뭐 팬이었고 뭐냐고 모르겠어. 그래서 삼촌은 뭐고 사운드는 굉장히 좋았어요. 노래라던가 뭐 사운드 기타 뭐 그런 것들은 다 좋긴 좋았거든요. 그리고 성우들 풀 더빙이었다는 거 그리고 아무데나 다 클릭해도 거기에